Yo, g'day everybody. Thanks for checking back into Big Mau's World. Today we're going to be giving the wagon a bit of attention by chucking on some of these wind visor weather shield tinted little aftermarket flackies here. They don't actually do anything, it's all just for looks. Funnily enough, back in the old days, back when we got our license 20 years ago, if you bought a car that had those things on them, would have been like, oh, that's all grandpa's style, so you would have ripped them all off. They wouldn't have been tinted like that, they would have been clear, but now it's gone full circle and it's sort of cool to chuck them back on, I guess, anytime you add something onto your car now. To make it look different is what it's all about. I've got them on my ute, so might as well chuck them on the wagon. But yeah, so really what we're going to need, obviously we've got those, they're just an aftermarket eBay job, just with some adhesive, and we'll get some, prep the surface with some, I'm going to use some wax and grease remover there and a couple microfiber cloths, clean up all the surface and chuck them on there and see how they look. Righto, so we'll give the surface a good clean up here. I'll spray that straight onto the cloth. Give that a real good wipe over. There we go, that's looking better. And then just make sure there's none of that left on the surface and stop it from sticking. Use your clean rag and just wipe it all off. Hopefully you can see all that. Wow. There we go. Now, because they're a very generic aftermarket item, every man and his dog's cutting them out and selling them on eBay. They don't necessarily fit all that well like a lot of other aftermarket stuff. So if you were to follow that edge with the top of the door, hopefully you can see that, you would see that it's not going to work. It will be high in the middle here, so you just have to find like a bit of a happy medium there. So you want a straight edge there, come down however far you want from the top there. Try and do the same at the start, so say if that's about 5 mil down up there, in the middle there it'll be about right. Hopefully you can see that. That'll give me a good edge on that side there too, so that'll be pretty much all there is to that. Right, so hopefully you can see we've got the surface all cleaned. Hopefully this camera's in the right spot. What I'm going to do is just peel the start of this back, the adhesive stuff, and I'm going to fold it up like that. I'm not going to peel it all the way off. And the same at this edge here, hopefully you can see. And I'm going to peel that one, if I can hold it, out to the side like that. And then all this here, I can still have that sitting, that corner up there, it's not going to be sticking yet. And I can have this, and I can still move it around to where we want it roughly. And then Amanda's going to grab that red stuff, and as she pulls it out, it'll lay it on. So I'll get it pretty well lined up, and we'll start down that end there. I'm pretty happy with that there, I reckon. And then we can just, yep, so, right. I'll just push that down now. If we get it in place, it's a bit dark here. About there, yep. And hopefully as you go, that middle won't get too high. Right, hang on, can you push that down a little bit? Go over the top there, just get a little bit of contact. Yep. We'll keep that lined up there. So we've got that pretty good up to that point. Everything here still is movable, which is good. Don't want that to go over. Right, now this bit's going to be a bit tricky because it's going up a bit higher. Right, just, yep, hold it there for a second. We'll push down on here. Get that contact in good. Hopefully you can actually see with this camera up here like this. I'm just going to check this area and make sure it's going to line up right where that is, because it's pretty high. Yep. might just stop for a sec. We'll go back on that. That's probably higher than I wanted it, but it's not going to be too bad. That's going to give us that's going to line up pretty well everywhere else, so I'll come off there a bit for you. Well, alright, we'll push that down. Pretty happy with the end of it here, so that's good. Yep. Now you can probably, this dust will wipe off. Yep. I'll just run that over there. I have literally no idea if this GoPro is showing anything, so hopefully it is. Righto, so I can pull this one. Oh yeah, we'll go to the edge with that one.
Take it off?
Yeah, take it all the way now. Yep, pretty happy with that anyway, so that's good. And then we'll just pull that one out of there and push this edge down. Give it plenty of pressure. Right, so as you can see, hopefully it just kept it off of being over the top of that there, and that's the high point. It's not cut the best, and then obviously it's low there. So if we wanted to keep this down lower, this would have been super low at the front of the back here, which wouldn't have, in my opinion, look very good, and it give us a pretty good edge there too. So now we've just got to do the same. I haven't cleaned the back one yet. We'll clean up the back one and do the same again. Righto, so can you just have a look in there so you can see what you're looking at? Just hold it here somewhere or whatever. I'll bring that outside in a minute, you have to. So you can see here, you have to zoom right in probably. So you can see it's super, these ones are just not cut good at all really. So that's on the front of the door, it's pretty well along that edge perfectly. And then it drops. If I keep it level at the top here, obviously the door does fall down. It's way off, so I have to bring it right down, which you can see in the middle there. It's just a huge drop from the top of the door. But it will be straight on the back side then. It's almost too long, which is crazy. But yeah, that's all there is. So we'll just do the same. So we'll peel a little bit of this off of here, a little bit on here, and a little bit of this one here. Do the same thing. So again, we just fold a little bit out, and we'll fold it out to the edge so we can see it, grab it, and just pull it back as we need to. So you can push it, just stop it there and then push it on. Yeah, stop it. Yep. Real stable. So I'm good here now, so you can pretty much just do that as you go. Yeah, you can do that now, we can't move it, so. Righto, so that's one side done. So not the best lighting under here, but as you can see, that edge super close, and then not so close here. Got real close to the top of the door there, and then off there. But that was good along that edge. This one here just cut so far kind of out of shape. This is, drops down a long way here, comes back up tight, and almost goes over the edge of the door, but it's literally just for looks. They do absolutely nothing. They don't even, I mean, I think they try and claim that you have your windows down when you're driving and it gets rid of that sort of noise, but nah, it doesn't. Literally just for the look of it. I'll pull it out the front in a minute when the other side's done too, where we'll have a bit better light and take a better look at it. It doesn't really help when the windows are so black and you can't really even see it, but anyway, we'll do the other side. I won't worry about filming it because it's going to look exactly the same. And we'll have a look once it's out the front. Righto, so there it is. Hopefully you can see that. Probably can't. Oh, it's starting to rain. So literally purely just for looks, but yeah, a pretty good, probably like a 20-minute installation or something like that. Really, it's pretty simple. Adhesive, just clean your surface properly, get all your lining up properly, and just make sure you do that when you're doing the tape bit by bit, rather than I've seen some people in the past who just rip the whole lot off and then just try and push it on, then you go, oh, that's not lined up, and then they don't want to come off real easy. So obviously that's not the recommended way, but yeah, there she is. Thanks again for watching, and yeah, cheers guys. So there's how the slim Wagon ones fit. There's the old Ute ones. They've been on there for a couple of years too, and they went on the exact same way. Maybe like 4 years or something. Easy probably. So, yep. Awesome.